So this is about whether SE in socionics is overly defined as the use of force too much. Should it instead focus a bit more on the adaptable, flexible qualities of SE that you see a lot in MBTI or Keirsey like interpretations of it? First off, I would say that yes, it is often the focus in socionics. Everything kind of seems to revolve around either force or just the use of high intensity kind of behavior, like working out with heavy weights, sprinting, high intensity workout, um, overt desire for power to be on top, and so on. That's kind of the focus on it, but it's kind of a good thing at the same time. Why? Because it is more noticeable. If you just say, well, what about the adaptable qualities? What about people's just ability to adjust and move left, right, whatever? Okay, but that could be a lot of reasons, right? There could be a lot of different possible functions and elements at play as to why somebody adapted, changed directions, decided to do something else. Um, it's not as clear cut. So you kind of need something more definitive to kind of show this is SE at work versus some other element or other combination of elements. This is important when you're trying to do the typing, right? So unfortunately, you kind of need some sort of definition, something that sticks. If you compare that to Keirsey focused way too much on this hedonistic, was the main word he used all the time, this hedonistic approach to things. Very playful, just having fun, just kind of mindlessly running around enjoying the moment. And certainly from a socionics point of view, there's different reasons why somebody's behaving that way. And it doesn't necessarily have to do with SE. A lot of hedonistic behavior, like you'll see that when talking about an ESFP, talking about an ESTP, and in socionics, we're going to see other types that can seemingly mindlessly kind of just have fun in the moment, just running around doing stuff, but they're not artisans. They're not ESFPs or ESTPs. Types like the ESFJ, right? The ESE in socionics can be very just fun loving, having a good time. Let's just enjoy the moment. Let's do this. Let's do that. Many of the alpha types can be let's have fun. Let's just do this. Let's just do that. Let's just go with the flow of things. Um, you could kind of see that a little bit with all the beta types. So, what's really different though? Well, it's when you kind of view SE as being aggressive, forceful with people, forceful at going after their goals, at wanting to accomplish more, right? Expanding their influence on things by trying to move up in rank, in title, in position of authority, get more money, do more. That kind of quality tends to be a little bit more definitive as a likely source of SE going on there. Right? It really helps to contrast the SE from the SI. SI being, of course, much more about refining and enjoying the environment, just being comfortable with what you have, enjoying the pleasant surroundings of what you have going on. This really helps to then break down the difference between quadrants. Alphas have SI valuing, so they're usually not as forceful, not as pushy, not as determined to rise to the top, not as forceful with people around them. Deltas also very SI, just kind of enjoying what they've got. This gives them that the Deltas, the old man kind of description that Deltas have, the retiree late stage of life kind of thing. They're not interested in pushing things around anymore. They've already been through that. But you have betas and gammas interested in actually pushing things around, making things happen, okay, getting the relationships they want, achieving and striving for more. And why? Because they're all SE value. So unfortunately, I get the desire to kind of make, I get the desire to kind of like not overly focus on force all the time. And that should be there for socionics. They should have in the back of their mind that, hey, not everyone with SE is always forcing people around, bullying people into things, or trying to be the top guy at the office. Sometimes it can be more of that artistic individual, um, or some other type like that, you know. But you still will, or you should still notice these desires to be really good at what they do, interest in more high activity, forceful activity, even on leisure time, and use of force from time to time, even if it's just in interpersonal relationships, use of force within the home and things like that. You should notice that a lot more. So I can't say if you want something that's a little bit just more useful at seeing and typing and clarifying a type, I think that sticking with use of force and high intensity activity is still necessary to focus on it. Now, is it overly beloved? It's another thing, which we'll get to in a different video.